Frederick Douglass Stars. We're here in the garden. It's springtime. It's time to work on the Espalier apple tree and learn from Pop about pruning an Espalier apple tree.
Pruning the Espalier apple tree is a lot different than pruning other fruit trees, because as you can see here, we've got it growing flat. And what you want to do is these long branches you've got to bring back in so it stays flat, and so it lets more light in, because the light penetration is very important. Now, it has already bloomed, and it only set one apple, which is at the other end. But that's okay, because it's a young tree. In the future, it will set a lot more fruit. But I waited until after the bloom was done and any fruit that came had already been set. Right now, it's the 1st of June, so this is a good time to prune it. And what I want to do is bring these branches here back closer to the screen. This one I'm going to cut way back because it's sticking out. Now what I do with this branch, if you can look up in here, you'll see there are a lot of leaves here. I go right above that little group of leaves and snip it off there. We'll come to this one. We'll do the same thing here. Anything that's starting to grow up, because the branches will get long and out of control, and then it'll just be a big shrub. This one, you can see here, I come back to this group of leaves, and then you can see what it looks like there. Now, on this one, I'm going to let this one go and go up. So this whole thing comes and it looks sort of like a candelabra.
So Pop, what are you looking at? Are you on here? I noticed there's like a little nubby thing that looks different than the other.
The little nubby thing that you see right here is called the callus. It's like a callus on your hand. And that's where the growth comes from. So you want to cut above the callus, because the new growth, once you cut it, the plant says, whoops, I need to replace what Pop cut off, and it's going to send the new growth out from right at the base of the leaf.
Oh,
so
that's great.
When I cut it here, now the nutrients are going to come up and they're going to stop. They're dammed up here, and there's a concentration, so that tells the plant, oh, I need to send new growth out right here at where this new leaf is, and down here. So it will send more as we go along. Now this one, we're going to leave it where it is, and I'm going to get it back here so it's growing up. But again, what I have to do, I'm going to prune it up a little higher, because what I want it to do is to establish a group of what they call fruiting spurs. If you look down in here, you can see there's a lot of growth that comes out. These are all the spurs, and you can see the various calluses where that growth occurs in here. So that's the way we prune it. Now, if you look over here, this is one that I've already pruned. And this is what I want it to look like, the whole espalier to look like this part of the espaliered apple tree. One thing you'll notice right here, this one's growing up, and see I cut it right there. What we're going to do is establish a new arm that grows along this way and out here. So where we have the 3 arms that were with the tree when we bought it, we'll establish a new arm. Remember, we have 3 varieties of apples on this espaliered apple tree. We've got the bottom arm is one variety, second is a second variety, and the last is a third. However, since we're coming off of this one, the new arm will be the same variety as the top arm.
Oh, that was going to be my question. Hey, what are these pantyhose doing on there?
Oh, the pantyhose. Well, the pantyhose are the best thing you can use to tie them up, because the pantyhose stretches and it won't choke the plant as it grows. And in about a year or a year and a half, the pantyhose will begin to deteriorate and come off, and that's fine. By then, that new arm should begin to establish itself. Now, you'll notice right down here, here's one of the old pantyhose ties, but that's still flexible, and what we may do is later on we may replace that one with a new piece of pantyhose that has more stretch, and we'll give it a little more room, because the trunk of the tree is going to continue to get bigger and bigger over time. And that's the other reason that you're going to see more heavy fruiting. As it grows older and it matures, then the plant wants to produce fruit, because that's the way it reproduces itself.
That's awesome. All right, we'll see you next time in the garden. There's a lot going on in here this spring and summer. Have a great end of your school year. See you soon.